Hello, and welcome to We Live for Saturday, your favorite college football podcast. I'm your co-host, Mike. With me, as always, is your other co-host, John. And John, it is the last week of the season. It is rivalry week. Where has the time gone? I feel like I was just at the opener. By the way, we're both wearing the same clothes because we literally just recorded the review pod, and now we're doing the preview. So it's not because we don't change our clothes. It's just because we recorded 2 pods in a row.
Yeah.
I always think I'm like, should I change? Should I change if I'm going to do 2 pods in a row? But I'm not changing.
No. It's like, you know, we're on different schedules, so like we got to knock both of them out in one fell swoop. So that's what we're doing here, and it works. And I just switched from the only thing I changed is I switched from coffee to water. So
Yep, that is different. I am also on the water train this morning.
I got time to hydrate now. So
yep, got to. My football coach in high school would be always like, on like Tuesday at practice, he'd always be like, start hydrating now. Don't wait until Friday. Start hydrating now. Drink water more. Which, there are worse things to say to kids.
True.
But I remember he was always really hung up on that. He's like, you need to start hydrating in advance or you're not going to be hydrated.
I mean, you do. It's true. But yeah. But Tuesday, I mean, that's it's a little ways away. But
so what do you do when you're on tour? What do you do on Thanksgiving?
A whole lot of nothing, man. It's going to be tiring because we're crossing the border back from Canada, which we're probably going to have to cross the border at like 1:30 in the morning.
Oh no. And you have to go through customs and stuff.
Yeah. You have to get out, go through customs. And then we're driving down to Manchester, New Hampshire for Thanksgiving for just the day off there. And then, usually it's just kind of low key. I might hit the gym. Otherwise I just kind of hang out and just kind of recover and get ready for the week. So that's it. But but it's always nice, we always they cater in a nice meal, and it's just pretty chill for the most part.
Yeah, dude. Sick.
Yeah, I might watch I used to watch the Egg Bowl, but that's no longer a thing.
I have fond memories of watching the Egg Bowl next to my dad after Thanksgiving.
Yeah. It was nice. It's nice. I don't care about either of those teams, but it was nice to watch some real competition.
No, but it's a good game. It's a good game.
Yeah, exactly. And now I was just saying to you how I was like, gosh, I wish something could replace it. And I would love it. I know nobody wants to do this, but I would love it if Nebraska and Iowa just played every Thanksgiving. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, make it a thing.
Yes.
Just make it, dude, everybody will watch. Yeah. Like on Black Friday, let's be real. You're splitting viewers between you and the Egg Bowl at 11 a.m. on Friday.
Yeah.
You play on Thursday. You have the audience you have the TV audience to yourself. Just saying.
Everyone will watch.
Everybody.
Yep.
Everybody and their mother who needs an excuse to not have to talk to their relatives anymore will watch the game. That's why bowl season's never going away, man. Because people need stuff to do when they're stuck around their families and aren't going anywhere.
True.
And bowl season, that's the reason why the bowl season ratings every year, they're like, oh, do people care about bowl season? And every year a bajillion people watch the bowls.
Well, you run out of things to talk about with your family, and so you put the game on. And
all college football is good college football.
Yep. Agreed.
Yeah, and it's hard to believe we only have one fall Saturday left for us to preview. And after that, it's, we have the postseason, and the postseason's fun, but it's not the regular season.
Yeah.
It's not the week in and week out, ups and downs, highs and lows. It's not the same thing. It's a very different vibe.
Yep.
So we are going to enjoy the regular season while we have it.
Yep. Absolutely.
I want to make the most out of this week. I put in a 15-hour day yesterday, and I am exhausted, but I am so pumped to get all the things I need to get done today and tomorrow so that Thursday I can celebrate, and Friday and Saturday I can watch football. Got a couple friends coming up for a friend of the pod, Brad.
Yeah.
So I have a buddy. We don't call him Brad. We call him the Brad. And you got to meet him, and then you'd understand why he's the Brad. But he's a good guy. He's got a heart of gold. And he occasionally watches the pod. And he and his girlfriend are coming down, and she's never been to a major college football game.
Never been to one.
And they're coming to the Gopher game with me on Saturday.
Oh, well, that's cool. Good. Well, that's a great game to bring her to. Like, that's
amazing. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it'll be epic. I mean, yeah, I was like, dress warm. It's going to be cold. And Brad also wants to tailgate, which is not something I normally do. But if you're out there, if you're a Gopher fan, you hear this pod, if you got a tailgate spot for this weekend against Wisconsin, let me know.
Mm-hmm.
I will bring whatever you want me to bring to contribute.
Mm-hmm.
Bring. And yeah, so I'm trying to wrangle tailgate invites.
Cool.
Right now.
Nice.
So that's what I'm on the lookout for. I've got a couple so far, but Brad wants to get out. He wants to get out and tailgate early. And so I'm like, okay, I guess we're hitting it at like 8 a.m.
All right.
And I'm like, it's going to be real cold. The high is 27 on Saturday.
Yes. There you go. Yeah. There you go.
True November football weather.
Yeah.
It's been like kind of warm this November, so we haven't really had the hardcore November football weather, but this weekend we're getting it.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm looking forward to it, man. I am.
I'm so pumped. Rivalry week is special. Because every game has that extra edge that they hate each other. The guys playing on the teams. Now, I mean, not every game. It's not all rivalries, but it's mostly rivalries.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the fact that contempt and familiarity is just, it's beautiful. And you can see the players all are going like just a little faster and are a little more focused. And the celebrations are a little bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It matters. Everything matters, man.
Everything
for sure.
matters. And dude, when you have an off season staring you in the face, it matters to win that last game.
Yeah.
You don't want to say the last time we played in our stadium or the last time we went out for the year in the regular season, you lost.
Yep.
You don't want to do that. It leaves a bad taste in your mouth.
Yep.
Even if you win a bowl game, that's a neutral site game. You don't want to lose your last home game for any reason ever.
Oh, it's true.
You want to win that. Leave your fans feeling good about something going into the long, cold off season.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Right on. All right. Should we talk ball?
Yes, let's do that.
So this game will be played on Black Friday, November 28th. It is the 7-4 Iowa Hawkeyes heading to Lincoln, Nebraska to take on the also 7-4 Nebraska Cornhuskers. This is an 11 a.m. game on CBS. Do we get to cue the horns for 11 a.m.? I think so. Cue the horns.
Why not?
Cue the horns. The spread is Iowa by 6.5. For funsies, the over-under is 38.5. So, basically, Vegas is saying like 22-16, 22-17. Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. I feel like that's...
Say it. I can see you. I can see you about to come out with it. Okay, John, let's hear it.
I understand what just happened with Michigan State. And that, like they had that game and held Iowa in check. But dude, I just think this game, especially Kirk Ferentz, he's going to have him up for this rivalry game. And I think that Iowa against that Nebraska run defense is just going to go nuclear.
Yeah.
I think
so too, man.
I think 6.5 as a spread is disrespectful to Iowa, in my opinion.
Iowa might run for 300 yards.
Yeah.
They legitimately might run for 300 yards.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, Gronowski is looking good, is still at full health, so he can run the ball too. And then you've got their running backs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude. I just look, nobody's Caleb Johnson, but Moulton's really good.
Yeah.
He's really good.
Mm-hmm.
And Gronowski has been very good running the ball also. Jazz Patterson's done some things like, they have guys who can really go get it as far as running the ball. And the Nebraska defensive front is soft, man.
Yep.
We saw it. Penn State ran through them for 6 yards a carry.
Yeah.
On Saturday. 6 yards a carry for almost 250 yards or whatever. Iowa's going to run the ball more than Penn State did, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm expecting. I just don't.
Or maybe not more, but at least as much.
Yeah, I don't think this Nebraska defense is going to be able to hold up. Iowa's just and their Iowa's offensive line is just incredible.
They're so good.
They're so good.
They're so good. And I think Nebraska might hold up for like a couple quarters.
Sure.
But when we get into the third quarter and it's cold and you've taken a lot of hits and they're running outside zone for the 100th time.
Mm-hmm.
you start to move just a little slower.
Yep.
And then suddenly Iowa's not just, getting a couple yards. Suddenly they're breaking big chunk plays because you're beat up and tired and you can't quite get there anymore as fast as you could earlier in the game.
Well, and just having to account for Gronowski and his legs as well is just, it's going to be too much, I think, for that Nebraska defense. They're not, I don't think they're built to beat teams like this.
No, it's a bad matchup for Nebraska.
Yeah.
And, Iowa's also got a pretty good defensive line.
Mm-hmm.
And, we've seen Nebraska, they can't really block. I mean, they can run block a little bit.
Yeah.
They can't really pass block.
Yeah.
And, I think Iowa's going to get the lead. Nebraska's going to be throwing because they're behind. And then Iowa's going to get interceptions because Nebraska's throwing the ball.
Yep.
So, yeah, man, I'm with you. I think it's a really bad matchup for Nebraska. I think it's something like Iowa 31, Nebraska 13.
Yeah, I have something similar. I mean, I think it's going to be Iowa 28. I don't think they go crazy, but they still score and have the game totally in hand the entire time. And Nebraska also at 13.
I think Iowa's going to score on defense tomorrow.
I could see that.
Defense or special teams. It could be Weechin.
I feel like Weechin, yeah, I mean, he's so freaking terrifying.
Yeah, he's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, I could see that. I guess, I feel like I'm going to put my money more on special teams.
Yeah, fair.
I think by doing that, it's so demoralizing.
Nothing hurts more than a special teams touchdown. Nothing at all.
And I think
at least when the defense scores against you as an offense, you get the ball back right away and you can make it.
Yeah.
But a special teams touchdown is just not great. You get the ball, but you're like, oh my God, we gave up a touchdown on special teams.
Well, and just like against Minnesota, Kirk Ferentz is going to want to not just beat you. He's going to want to totally demoralize you and humiliate you. Yeah. So.
I thought that was just against us.
Yeah. No,
he's a crotchety old man. I bet you he doesn't like Matt Rule either. I bet you Kirk Ferentz doesn't like that many people.
Nope.
I don't strike him. He's not, he's not like, you look at a PJ Fleck or a Matt Rule. They're friends with everybody. Kirk Ferentz is not.
No, he doesn't want to be either.
In fact, he made a joke at a staff meeting over the offseason that he doesn't really have any friends outside of the staff. And the staff was like, we're not your friends. We work for you. And he's like, he doesn't have any friends because he just doesn't.
I'm not surprised. Not surprised.
He's a grumpy, crotchety, apparently unhappily married man, but he can coach football. We got to talk about, let's say this game goes the way we think it's going to go.
Sure.
That's a lot for Nebraska to end up 7-5 after all the hype, after all the talk of being improved. They went 7-6 last year.
Yep.
And they could be on pace to be 7-6 again this year.
Yeah. It's possible.
Yeah. That doesn't feel like progress.
No, it doesn't feel like progress to me. I think that it's going to be more of the same. Look, I mean, yes, have they stepped it up since the Scott Frost era? Of course. I will agree with that. I think that that's true.
It helps when your coach isn't a functioning alcoholic.
Yes, yeah. So I want to give credit to Matt Rule for making them competent, but yeah, if it stops at 7-5 this year, well, it's more or less the same. And supposedly, losing to teams that I guess you shouldn't have lost to. I mean, at least that's what we're being told, even though you lost, you got absolutely destroyed. But sure.
Don't look now, but the recruiting doesn't even look great for Nebraska right now.
Yeah.
Not saying it's bad. Not saying that they're falling off a cliff. I'm just saying it doesn't look as good as you expect it to look.
Yeah. Wow.
So it's interesting. It's a real crossroads. I think this is a big game for the Cornhuskers. I think it would be really good for the program psychologically if they could get to 8 regular season wins.
Oh yeah.
That's a threshold they've been trying to get to, at least that's eluded them since 2014.
Something like that. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely a bigger game for Nebraska than it is Iowa, for sure. Yeah. So we'll see, man.
But you know Kirk Ferentz is going to have them ready to go.
Oh, absolutely.
I'd love to be a fly on the wall and hear what Kirk Ferentz says about opposing teams before they play. Because it's not nice.
Ever.
Yeah.
He's not, and it's totally disrespectful. Like, he does not care at all.
I mean, the level of vitriol that he hates PJ. And, like, we won't get into recruiting on air, but, like, most coaches don't negative recruit each other because it catches up with you. You hear if people see you're talking bad about someone, they're like, oh, did they just go around talking bad about people all the time? Mm-hmm. But Kirk Ferentz negatively recruits PJ Fleck against PJ Fleck on the regular, and like tells recruits that he'll put an hourglass out. Like he started that rumor, I think. The hour that PJ puts an hourglass out and like you have till the end to commit, like, which is not true, but it's funny and it's all mixed up. And I love the old, Big Ten West hate and the fact that, Nebraska will never really feel like a Big Ten team, except for in the fact that there's a lot of familiarity with Nebraska and schools like Iowa and Minnesota that they played a lot over the years.
Yep. Yeah.
So, yeah, man, I think Iowa walks away with it. But if Nebraska wins, if Nebraska wins, it suddenly becomes a long offseason in Iowa City because, honestly, this Iowa team was probably good enough to win 10 games and they'd be 7-5.
Well, and you're not going to hear the end of it. I mean, at all. And so first off, you're not going to hear the end of it from the Nebraska fan base, but also like from your own fans. Like this is an totally inexcusable loss for Iowa if they end up losing this game to that fan base. So
Iowa needs to win. Like, if Kirk Ferentz wants to keep the peace over the offseason, he's got to win.
Yep.
And Matt Rule, man, I don't know where it goes from Matt Rule from here.
I don't know. I mean, he'll still be there. Obviously, I'm not.
No, he'll still be there. He's not leaving Nebraska. I just mean you can only cry wolf enough times before people don't believe there's a wolf. And in this case, the wolf is Nebraska being good.
Yeah.
And you can only be like, oh, we're coming.
Yep.
And then just kind of not come. Like, you can only say that so many times before everybody, like the media might never let that go because the media is what it is, but the rest of the country has. Yeah. The rest of the country's moved on.
Yep.
Yeah. I can't wait to watch it, though. 11 a.m. Central, Black Friday. Beautiful. Black Friday is an underrated day of football for sure. All right. Speaking of the next game, we have the number 2 ranked 11-0 Indiana Hoosiers it's also Black Friday. Heading to West Lafayette to take on the 2-9 Purdue Boilermakers. This is a 6:30 p.m. game on NBC and Peacock. So it's the Here Comes Saturday Night game only on Friday night. So I wonder if they play the Here Comes Saturday Night music or not. I don't know. Probably they might save it just for Saturday because it does mention Saturday in the song, but
that is true.
But they might also play it just because. We'll see. I'll be interested in that aspect of the game because, John, on the field, I don't know how interesting this game's going to be.
Yeah. I don't have high hopes at all.
And Cignetti loves style points, man. He loves style points and he loves to stick it to people. And man, Purdue, he likes sticking it to Purdue. And what was that game last year? Like 63-0 or something?
Yeah, I think so. It was something wild like that.
66, something like that.
Yeah.
To 0. I kind of think I don't think Indiana scores 60 points again, but I could see it being like 45-3 kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think Indiana might hold back a little once they get ahead, knowing they have Ohio State in the Big Ten championship game the next week. If Indiana wins, of course. If they lose, I think Michigan could still sneak in potentially if they beat Ohio State, but I'm not sure about that. Or Oregon. I'm not sure where I guess Indiana has the tiebreaker over Oregon.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
But I'm not sure how that would work if Michigan. I don't know what happens if Michigan beats Ohio State, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't know.
All bets are off.
Absolutely. Yeah. But I think as far as Indiana goes, yeah, man. I mean, it's more, it could be name your score, but I think Cignetti has proven his point over Purdue. He very much did last year with an exclamation point. I think this year he doesn't have to. I think he can call off the dogs whenever he wants. And, just save his players up for the Big Ten championship game.
Yeah, except he still needs to show off for the playoff committee because it's still an invitational, baby. It's not a real playoff. So, like, you don't want this to be like 28-17.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you win like that, then you might get jumped by A&M in the rankings. You might get, and bounce down and start whatever. And you're going to lose some ground once you lose the Big Ten title game. You're going to slide at least a little bit. And you don't, if you're Indiana, don't want to slide out of that top 4. And all I can think is, wow, Indiana is undefeated and playing for essentially to get a first round bye and a shot to win a Big Ten title for the first time since they split one in 3 ways with us and Purdue in 1967.
Wow.
Hoosiers have come a long way, man. Come a long way. I'm wondering if he's healthy, do you play Elijah Surratt or do you just sit him? I feel like you don't play him against Purdue. Like, what's the point?
If anything, you put him on a pitch count and just see how he's doing. Okay, cool, great. All right, moving on. And then sit him back down. That's what I would do if he's healthy.
Yeah, I think because you got to save him because I don't think anybody in the country can cover Elijah Surratt.
No.
And they're going to need him probably, like, I'm thinking when they play Ohio State, like, if they're going to win that game, Elijah Surratt probably needs to have at least 125 yards receiving.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even really exaggerating, I don't think. Because Ohio State's going to score 40 points.
Yep.
So you better also.
Yep.
Yeah, kind of thing. Purdue, man, I mean, I think they are improved under Barry Odom. They play harder. They certainly hold a lot now. So they've got that going for them. But they're well coached. They know what they're doing.
Yep.
And yeah, I think it's like 45-3. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really know what to pick for a score here, but it's not something around 45-3 sounds about right, man. I'm just going to go with the same thing because it just seems like they can name their score and it's going to be by a lot. So
yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
So the old Oaken Bucket probably going to stay in Bloomington, we are thinking.
Yep.
All right. The rest of these games will be played on Saturday, November 29th. Here's the big one, the game. The number 1 ranked 11-0 Ohio State Buckeyes going to Ann Arbor to take on, the number 18, 9-2 Michigan Wolverines. This is an 11 a.m. game on Fox, the big noon kickoff game. The line is Ohio State by 9.5. He can't do it again, Kenny. Ryan Day can't lose this game for a 5th year in a row, Kenny,
No.
especially this year against a freshman quarterback and a team that isn't very good at receiver and is super one-dimensional running the ball. But like Michigan was kind of that team last year and they beat Ohio State.
I know, that's the thing. I'm like, I feel like we've seen this, we've seen how this story ends. And, but like, how can you not pick Ohio State though? Like, again, just like last year, like, how could you have not picked Ohio State?
How can you not pick Ohio State with what they have, especially if Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate are going to play?
I mean, bro, yeah. I
mean, Michigan's defensive line is really good. They play good defense. They can run the ball at will at times. But I don't think they have the juice. I mean, you saw what happened against USC. Michigan couldn't run with USC. Yeah. They couldn't. They got, what was that, 31-13?
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like this game should be the same way. It should be that same kind of game where Ohio State's defense is amazing and Ohio State's weapons are so prolific that, the Buckeyes can eventually pull away and win. Yeah, something like 31-16 or something. But
it should be that, yes.
But I don't know. Because we've said this so many times before and Michigan just shows up and then out physicals Ohio State. And at home in Ann Arbor, in the big house, like, I'm picking Ohio State, but I don't feel good about it. just because of the track record. Even in my head, my head says Ohio State wins by 3 scores and it's going plus scores going away.
Yeah.
But in my gut, I just can't shake the Michigan's going to find a way somehow, some way.
Well, that's just it. Like logic points to Ohio State. Logic and reason points to Ohio State. But yeah, then there's that internal conflict of like, but Ryan Day has had a Michigan problem, and for whatever reason, and I'm gonna go with he wins it this year outright. Like, and it's not controversial. He really makes a statement. Yeah. I'm not saying he runs up the score, but I think it's going to look convincing, and they're going to win by a couple scores. So, I mean, I've got Ohio State winning 35-20.
Okay. Yeah, I've got, pretty close. I've got Ohio State 34, Michigan 17.
Okay.
I think it's going to be really hard for Michigan to move the ball.
Mm-hmm.
I think this Ohio State defense is historically good. They're great against the run. Michigan can't really throw it that well. So Ohio State can pack the box probably and take their chances with Michigan's receivers on the outside and just say, we're going to stuff you in the box and not let you run. Yeah. And Michigan, if you don't let them run, they don't have a lot of answers. And then you end up with Bryce Underwood throwing the ball a lot. And we know when they make him throw it too much, he makes poor decisions.
Yeah.
He's still he's a true freshman.
Yeah.
He's still figuring it out.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, dude, I just think the Buckeyes, this is their moment. And, if Ohio State goes back-to-back here, back-to-back Big Ten titles, back-to-back national titles, Ryan Day is on a pretty short list of guys in this sport.
Yeah.
There are not a lot of people who have ever gone back-to-back.
Yeah.
Ever. That puts you among the all-time greats. So that's interesting to track as we go forward now. I just love Ohio State, Michigan, man. The pageantry, the excitement. The only thing I hate about it every year is that I generally have to leave at halftime to go to our game.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm hoping to get into a tailgate where they have a TV. That's the hope, that I can get that I can find a tailgate that has a television so I can actually watch that game and, a little bit and not just be wandering around a tailgate lot when I could be watching college football.
Well, hopefully that's you would assume someone would have that game on. So
I assume everyone would be watching that game.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the only Big Ten game on in that time slot.
Yep.
And it's the game. Yeah. I just don't know what percentage of tailgaters have televisions. Because not everyone does.
No, not everybody does, but a
lot of them do.
See a lot out there. Yeah, I feel like that's.
Yeah, I just got to bring. I think I'm going to bring bribes. I don't really do beer anymore because it makes me not feel good. Yeah. But maybe I bring some of my fancy craft hard ciders and just to share. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
You could bring the friendly beer. You could bring some of that Grain Belt. That's.
Dude, did I tell you I can't drink Grain Belt anymore? I drank 80% of one Grain Belt 6 months ago, and I was sick the rest of the night.
Huh.
My head hurt. I felt awful.
Wow.
I can't drink beer anymore. I realized that. I can't drink beer. I don't feel like I'm aging discernibly in any other way, really. Discernibly to me. I'm sure to everybody else you can tell if it's, I haven't seen you in 15 years. You look slightly different. Yeah, that happens. But to me, I don't feel anything except for in my stomach where I can't quite eat the way I once ate.
Yeah. It's wild.
It's weird, dude. It's weird. And I'm not a beer lover, so it's not that big a deal.
Yeah. But an ice cold Grain Belt every once in a while was always nice.
I do. It's grainy. It's weedy.
Yeah, you like
drinking wheat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. What's to argue with? But yeah. Anyway, enough about random Minneapolis beers. So we both got Ohio State winning, which would set up, if Indiana and Ohio State win, an undefeated number 1 and number 2 Big Ten title game, which I don't think we've seen number 1, 2 versus in the Big Ten this late in the year since Ohio State, Michigan in 2006.
Yeah.
The game.
Yeah.
So that's a big deal.
It is.
It's a big deal. That'll be a really exciting. But first we have regular season football before we start talking about postseason football.
Yes.
All right. Next up, we have the number 7 ranked 10-1 Oregon Ducks going to Seattle to take on the surprisingly 8-3 still Washington Huskies. It's a 2:30 p.m. game on FS1. Or no, excuse me. This is a 2:30 p.m. game on CBS. Cue the horns. The line is Oregon by 6.5. 6.5? That's it, huh? Because, I think without Jonah Coleman, with Washington being as up and down, I know they played really well on Saturday, but they've been really up and down. And I know they're better at home, but Damon Williams doesn't always make good decisions. And I think Oregon is clicking at such a high level right now on both sides of the ball that I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know if 6.5 is enough points.
It feels a little bit more. This is kind of what you've said before, when we talked about the Iowa-Nebraska line and how Vegas is hoping people are going to bet on it.
Right.
But the thing is, though, is Washington, it can be a really good team. So I feel like
yes, they can.
Vegas is taking that into account, that if Washington does play the way they played last week, then yeah, they could make it a game. I still don't think they win, but they could make it a game.
I think if they still had Jonah Coleman and Denzel Boston, it'd be different.
Yes. But I don't expect to win by any means.
But they don't have those guys. And I think against an Oregon defense as terrifying as they are, I see a lot of Damon Williams running for his life away from Uiagalelei and Tuioti.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's going to be a lot of that. I think it's going to be a close game for a while. Mm-hmm. I think Washington will scheme up some stuff and score some points in the first half, but I think Oregon eventually pulls away. I don't think the Huskies can do it for 4 quarters.
Yeah.
So I've got Oregon 31, Washington 20.
I've got Oregon 38, Washington 24.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I think
a little higher scoring.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's just this after what I've seen with Oregon, man, I can't not see them pull away maybe late third quarter or at least in the fourth quarter and just keep throwing up points because they can.
You can't ever stop the run game, and the run game just keeps the offense going all the time.
Well, and you're talking
they can
about
hit the passes whenever they want to because they're open because it's 2nd and 3 or 3rd and 1, and it's lined up for them to succeed in the passing game.
Well, and you're talking about style points too. Oregon wants to continue to rise up those rankings, and they'll be in the playoff, but you want to be as high as possible. So I think Dan,
you want to be as high as possible. And you really want that home game in the first round.
Yep.
And if possible, you want to be, Oregon's 7 now. If they could get to 5, then you're playing the group of 6 team in the playoff. The 5 ranked team does.
Yep.
So that's what you want. Everyone wants to be ranked 5. If you're not going to get a bye, you want to be ranked 5. So I think Oregon needs style points. I think they're going to get them. I actually think it's possible that they win by more than we think.
Yeah.
I think it's possible they come out and Damon Williams doesn't have a great day and they keep him in check and make his life hard. And I think when he's pressured, he doesn't play as well.
Yep.
He's like most quarterbacks.
Of course.
And he plays better in space, but Oregon's so fast that I don't know if you can get into space against them the way he wants to be successful.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't, and that's why I think Oregon is going to be able to do that. I think Washington will score. I think they'll get theirs,
Yes.
But
yes.
Oregon, it's just, they're so freaking good, man. And they're only getting better. They're only getting so much better.
They're peaking at the right time.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah. All right, good for them. Next up, we have a game. Boy, do we have a game. We have the 4-7 Wisconsin Badgers heading to Dinkytown to take on the 6-5 Minnesota Golden Gophers. This is a 2:30 p.m. game on FS1. The line is Minnesota by 1.5. The over-under is just 37.5. So, Vegas thinks this is going to be like 19 or like 20-18.
Yep.
Or something like that. Wisconsin thought their season was over,
and
then they beat Washington, and then they inexplicably beat Illinois. I mean, that was Illinois didn't show up, and Wisconsin looked good. So now Wisconsin fans were at their absolute lowest, and now they're like on top of the world talking trash because they won a couple games.
Yep.
And I think that's kind of funny because best case scenario, you're still not making a bowl game.
Yeah, it's very reminiscent to Nebraska claiming to be the best 3-9 team ever, like 3-4 years ago when that happened. Yeah. And bragging about that.
Like that was an accomplishment.
Yeah. Look, full credit, as we've given credit to Wisconsin for beating Washington and beating Illinois, and that defense being very stout. I wouldn't be puffing my chest out if that were my, I was looking at 4-8, 5-7 as my record. No matter what.
I would not be talking any trash.
No.
In fact, I'm not talking trash now, and we have a winning record.
Yeah.
But like that last loss was so humbling. I'm not going to talk any trash this week.
Nope.
Not planning to do it.
Nope.
It's not even worth it to me.
Well, I generally, we don't do it a lot anyways, but and I will only talk trash if I'm feeling very, very confident and I have reasons to back it up.
Yeah.
If I don't, I'm not saying a word. So
not worth it to me.
No.
So Wisconsin's strength is their run defense and their ability to rush the passer from the defensive line.
Mm-hmm.
They have they have decent defensive linemen, and their linebackers are young and inexperienced, but they're talented.
Yep.
So in the front, they're good. Where they're not as good as in pass coverage. Although they played a little better against Illinois there.
Yeah.
So maybe that's coming around. They played a little better against Washington, although Washington on the road is not the same as Washington at home in what kind of team they are. Yeah. But, Wisconsin is making progress. And when a lot of people thought that the team had quit on Fickell. So I think it does seem like since they announced that Fickell's coming back, it does seem like they're playing a little better, a little looser.
Yeah.
Maybe they're not worried about their coach getting fired every moment.
Yeah.
And that allows them to relax. That said, Wisconsin can't run the ball, really, even though they try to nonstop. And they can't throw the ball at all.
Mm-hmm.
At all. I mean, we talked about the game, when their punter was their leading passer. And, even this last game that they won, they didn't throw it all over the yard against Illinois.
No.
That's not the kind of game it was at all.
They found success running the ball with Dupree, but that was,
they had one drive at the beginning of the game, and then they had one long run, and other than that, they didn't move the ball a ton.
Yeah. Yep.
So, but their defense played really well and put them in position to score points.
Yep.
So that's what it is for Wisconsin. Wisconsin needs the defense to put them in position to score points. So if you're Minnesota, you just got to not turn the ball over.
Yep.
If you maintain possession of the ball and don't give Wisconsin those short fields via turnovers or special teams, you should have a really good chance to win this game.
Mm-hmm.
And I know the spread's only 1.5, and I know how bad the Gopher defense looked last week, but Wisconsin doesn't have the kind of passing attack, I think, that's going to make Minnesota as confused as they were against Northwestern.
Well, and you'd like to think that Minnesota's defense will simplify and not beat themselves.
You'd like to think that, but they obviously haven't to this point.
Yeah, you would hope that that's what happens, I guess.
I mean, Minnesota, there's going to be blown coverage. I think Wisconsin, there's going to be blown coverages. I think, John, this game comes down to who can hit big chunk plays when there are blown coverages.
Yeah.
Because you've seen it from both of these defenses.
Well, who has the better quarterback?
Who has the quarterback and receivers who can make plays?
And that's, as of right now, I mean, we've saw that. I thought that last week as well against Northwestern, but
I mean, Drake played great last week.
Oh, he did. But our defense was so bad. But our
defense was so bad.
So I hope, and you would think on paper that Minnesota has the right pieces to beat Wisconsin, due to the fact that we have a better quarterback and more options at receiver.
Yeah. So. Yeah, and Javon Tracy is really playing better of late. He had 3 touchdown catches on Saturday. Jalen Smith continues to develop. You're getting something out of the tight ends. You're getting some stuff. So I do think Minnesota has some guys they can go to, and Wisconsin in the passing game just really doesn't.
Yeah.
If Wisconsin's going to win this game, I think it's because they hit some chunk plays over the top when Minnesota had blown coverages and they managed to complete them, and they play like just lights out defense and force some turnovers.
Yeah.
But I think absent the turnovers, I think you play this straight up. I do think Minnesota is the better team. Minnesota just has a lot more on offense than Wisconsin does.
Yes.
Drake Lindsey is a much better passer than what they have, and we have, better receivers to throw it to. And also, and if Darius is healthy, as a receiver, he could be really dangerous. I think that's what scares me about this game more than anything is Darius hurt?
Yep.
Because obviously, like, if Darius is healthy, I think we win this by 2+ scores.
Mm-hmm.
If Darius is not healthy, I think it's a close game.
Yep. No, I'm with you, man. I mean, look, I don't feel good about it either way.
No.
I think Minnesota wins. I will pick that, but I don't feel good. I'm not going to sit here feeling like I'm totally 100% confident that this is a for sure win. And
no, absolutely not. No, it's gonna be a hard fought game for sure.
Yeah, I would think so. So yeah, man. Wisconsin is looking better, and Minnesota just needs to find who they were. A number of games ago, it seems. Like if Minnesota plays the way they did against Nebraska, then they'll win this game.
They'll win going away.
Yeah, they'll win going away.
But we haven't seen that kind of effort every week.
No. If they put in that level of effort and they play with their freaking hair on fire like they did against Nebraska, then they should win this game pretty easily. But
yeah, I think so too. We should have John Nestor back potentially too.
Yeah, we'll see who shows up. But you got to get off the freaking bus, man. The talent's there. It's not because Minnesota doesn't have the talent. It's
at home. You don't even have to take a bus, really.
There you go. Just as long as you just get out of bed.
Although, do you know that they don't let them sleep at home for home games? They sleep at a hotel.
I've heard that, yeah, which is interesting. Right? Yeah, I don't get that, but okay.
It's because they don't want them going out.
No, that's fair. You're right.
They're like, if you're in the hotel, we can have bed check.
I should have thought about
if you're not in the hotel, you could be out chasing tail.
Yeah, I should have thought of that.
4 in the morning, and then you got to play at 11.
Yeah.
No good.
Good point. No, I didn't think about that. I should have.
Never forget the rumor that Steven Garcia, when they played for South Carolina, when Spurrier was there, and they got crushed by Florida State in the bowl game, the rumor is that he was caught in, let's say, a compromising position at 3 in the morning the night before. And allegedly, Spurrier woke the whole team up and made him run wind sprints in front of them. Allegedly. So I think coaches want to avoid that at all costs.
Yeah.
If Minnesota wins this game, they will have won the Axe 4 of the last 5 years and 2 in a row. Which, when we went through 14 years in a row that we didn't win the Axe, 4 out of 5 would be pretty good. I would take that.
I would take it. Yeah.
Right on.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens, man.
See what happens. I've got Minnesota 24, Wisconsin 21.
Yeah.
Minnesota 24, Wisconsin 20 is what.
Okay. I've got Minnesota 17, Wisconsin 13.
Really low scoring. Okay. Yeah. I could see it. I could see it being just a slugfest.
Yeah.
For sure. All right, next up, we have a game that that is for bowl eligibility. The 5-6 Penn State Nittany Lions going to College Park to take on the also 5-6 Rutgers Scarlet Knights. This is a 2:30 p.m. game on the Big Ten Network, and the line is Penn State by 13.5. This is an interesting game. Rutgers has a really good offense and no defense to speak of.
Yeah.
If they had played this game 4 to 6 weeks ago, I would have picked Rutgers to win.
Yeah.
But what Penn State has found on defense, and not just on defense, but also in the running game, and they're also getting pretty efficient play lately out of Ethan Grunkemeyer. I think this is a bad matchup for Rutgers, man. I think it's a bad matchup. I think Penn State runs for 300 yards.
Yeah.
Like, without even trying that hard. I think they dominate time of possession. I think Rutgers, Ethan gets flustered due to the pressure from the defense and throws a couple picks. I got Penn State 35, Rutgers 10.
I think I think it's a bad. I mean, look, it would be different if I felt better about Rutgers defense. I just think
the Rob Smith defense, they never fired him all year.
No, I think that this is going to be Penn State doing exactly what they did last week, essentially. I feel like you're going to get a better performance out of Athan. I think it's possible to be able to see him, throw the ball and maybe get a couple scores through the air. But Penn State's defense, I think, is gonna be able to hold him essentially, and then that run game is going to just run all over. So it's going to be a little bit of a back and forth, maybe for a couple quarters. Yeah. But second half, Penn State pulls away. I have Penn State winning 34 to Rutgers 20.
Sure. Yeah, I don't. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think Rutgers is going to put up that much of a fight. I think they might score some points in the first half, but I think once the defense and once that Penn State running game takes over, I think it's going to be all she wrote for the Scarlet Knights.
Yeah.
Which is, it's a disappointing for Rutgers in 8th and senior year to not make a bowl.
Mm-hmm.
You got a senior quarterback who's playing his best ball of his career, and you're probably not going to make a bowl game. That's a disappointing year.
It is.
There's no way to sugarcoat it.
No, it is, man. For sure.
All right. Next up, we have a battle of teams who will not be going bowling. We've got the 4-7 Maryland Terrapins heading to East Lansing to take on the 3-8 Michigan State Spartans. It's a 6 p.m. game on FS1. The line is Sparty by 3.5. Sparty played pretty well against Iowa.
Yeah.
Until the very end. Until the bitter, bitter end. And then they didn't play so well. And it just wasn't, it wasn't great. I actually like this matchup for Maryland. Like, I don't think Sparty's defense is that good. I think, Maryland's wide receivers are playing pretty well right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Terrapins can, do something. I think they'll be leading at halftime. But I just can't pick Mike Loxley to win games when he needs to win games. I can't. Not until I see him do it.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think I'm with you, dude. First off, I do think, yes, I think Malik Washington could maybe look good early on.
Yeah.
But dare I say it, Joe Rossi's defense is starting to look a little bit better.
It is.
So I think that it's going to be that Joe Rossi defense that is going to win this game for Sparty. And I agree. I think Milivojevic. Yeah, Milivojevic. Or whatever. Yeah. He's looking good. He's looking better. He's a competent quarterback. He protects the ball pretty well. So yeah, man, I think essentially Sparty's going to run away. Maybe not run away with the game, but I think they're going to win this game. Maryland, I can't trust them. I just can't. And yeah. So yeah, the fact that Sparty's defense is starting to look a lot better, I think is really going to be the difference maker in this game. And I got Michigan State winning for sure. So
yeah, I got Sparty 23, Maryland 16.
Okay.
I think Maryland struggles. I think they move the ball between the 20s. I think they struggle to get in the end zone.
Okay. Yeah, I've got Sparty 20. What do I have? Sparty 28. I do think they take it to him in the late in the game, and then Maryland 17.
All right, so you think it's convincing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be. This is kind of a big game for Jonathan Smith, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
He needs to prove that he deserves to keep his job.
Yeah.
And this would be a good chance to go out on a positive note, end the season, and be like, okay, we didn't get where we wanted to yet, but we showed progress at the end, and we're going to get to where we want to go.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's how it goes. All right. Next up, we have a great game in which both teams always wear their traditional home uniforms against each other, which I love.
Mm-hmm.
The 3-8 UCLA Bruins heading across town to the Coliseum to take on the number 15 ranked 8-3 USC Trojans. The line is USC by 21.5. Nico's clearly like playing hurt.
Yeah.
He's not himself.
Yeah.
And the defense isn't very good. All the momentum from that 3-game winning streak has gone. You know, I kind of think USC can name their score here. It's a night game. There's going to be a lot of juice because it's, it's in, there'll be a decent crowd because, both UCLA fans and USC fans go to this game and they're in the same city. So I just feel like Jaden Mayava is going to go off. I don't think there's going to be a lot of resistance. And if they can get King Miller going, which I think they will, yeah, this one could get ugly.
I think this is where USC is going to want to prove again that they're on the up and up, that they're on the upswing. And I think that this is an opportunity for them to show off, hey, look how good we can be. And that not only maybe we didn't reach exactly where we wanted to go this season and being a college football playoff team, but look at the trajectory. Look at how much improvement we've had. And we are now going to blow the freaking doors off UCLA and go for as many style points as possible. And I think that's what they're going to do. I agree. I think that they're going to want to showcase the pass game and the run game, and just to prove like, hey, look how they, let's set records essentially for offense. So that's what I think. I agree. I think they're going to try to just run up the score as high as possible.
Yeah. Lincoln Riley, there's going to be no mercy on this day. No mercy.
No.
I think it's going to be like 42-17 Trojans.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what they're going to do about Mayava and Makai Lemon and Jacoby Lane and Lake McCree. And I don't think they have an answer, and their offense isn't doing anything anymore.
Yeah. I've got 42-10. I think that's, and garbage time touchdown, maybe.
I'm saying late score when the starters are way out of the game kind of thing to get to 17. So yeah.
Wow.
Right on. All right. One more game, John. One more game to preview for the 2025 regular season. Hard to believe. The 6-5 Northwestern Wildcats heading to Champaign to take on the Illinois Fighting Illini, who at 7-4 are really licking their wounds after that Wisconsin loss, huh? I mean, who saw? I mean, I know Illinois was banged up, and we saw the spread was close, and we were like, "Why is the spread only a touchdown?" Remember?
Yep.
And it was because Illinois was really banged up and whatever. So I don't know if Illinois, like I was going to pick Illinois in this game going away, and I still think Illinois wins. But if they're as beat up as they seem to be, Northwestern's going to have a chance. And Northwestern runs the ball. And dude, I don't, after watching Illinois collapse against Wisconsin, like, do I think they bounce back and win? Probably, but it's not a sure thing. And Caleb Kolamafe and Joseph Hyman are gonna run the ball. And if you don't show up and hit your run fits, they'll take advantage of it.
Look, man, if Northwestern plays the way they did last week, I think they definitely have a chance. I'm going to pick Illinois because I think they have the most talent, and obviously with Luke Altmaier on the field, as long as he's healthy, I think you're always going to have a chance.
Yep.
But because Minnesota, Drake Lindsey did really well last week.
Great.
Northwestern defense. So I think if Luke Altmaier and he's got a couple healthy receivers, I think he should be okay and be able to at least equal what Drake Lindsey was able to do. Can they run the ball? I don't know. We'll see about that. But Northwestern, I mean, if they don't learn and keep Wildy, in check, then then this could be a game. And Preston Stone looks like he's getting better. He's finally coming into his own. It looks like the last 3 weeks, and like not just last week, but even the week before, he was looking better. So I think that he might still be making some improvements, and this could be a real game, man. This could be tough. I think over under at 47.5 seems a little high.
Oh, interesting.
I feel like it's going to be a lower scoring game.
Okay.
And I think Northwestern's going to keep it that way. I think their defense has the ability to do that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, I got this game. I think I have this game, Illinois 21, Northwestern 17.
Yeah. I've got Illinois 27, Northwestern 24.
Okay.
But I like your – or no, sorry, Northwestern 20, 27-20. I like your score better, though, I think. I think it's probably more indicative of what we're going to get out of this game. Yeah, man, Illinois is a wild card now after as hurt as they are. So the question is, can they get healthier for this game?
Yeah.
You know, and if they can, I think they can win and should win. But if they can't, then David Braun will have won 7 games again. Which, when they got blown out by Tulane to start the season, I didn't think they were going to get to 5.
Nope.
So the fact that they're playing to get to 7, he's a good coach, man. Braun is a good coach. He knows what he's doing.
Here's the thing. Again, and we said this at the beginning of the season, and we say it a lot, I guess all year, essentially. But, the bottom of the conference is so much higher than it used to be.
It's so good.
And we need to make that point once again. Yeah. Even everyone was writing off Wisconsin 2 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, whatever. Nobody was.
They were cruising for 2-10. Now they've won 2 of the last 3 games,
and so they've beaten a couple ranked opponents. So this is you just don't know.
No.
And we said that at the beginning of the season. Purdue is the only one I think that we've kind of been. And they've been close a couple times of biting up and getting somebody.
Yeah.
But it's just the reality of their conference, and they don't. Unfortunately, the national media just doesn't talk about it. Obviously, it's only the SEC apparently is the one that has the super high floor, and not the Big Ten. But obviously you and I, we disagree entirely, and you can see it every year. You see it. Teams that should, technically by all, everyone thinks should lose or at least get blown out. They don't anymore.
No.
So I didn't see last week against Iowa, the Iowa-Michigan State game going the way that it did either.
No, I didn't think Sparty had a snowball's chance in hell in that game.
Nope.
But they damn near won it.
Yep.
They damn near won it.
Yep. So.
Yeah.
Big Ten's tough, man. Really tough.
It is as good as it gets from top to bottom. No question about it.
Yep.
John, can you believe this is our last? The next time we do a podcast, the regular season will be over.
It's wild.
It's I like to tell the story every year. When Hunter S. Thompson decided to kill himself, he decided he wanted to wait and enjoy America's greatest game for a couple more months. And so he waited until after the Super Bowl, and then he wrote in his suicide note, "Football season is over." Don't worry, I'm not going to kill myself or anything. But I'm just saying, this is what football means to all of us. Hunter S. Thompson was ready to die and said, no, I'm going to stay alive for a couple more months for football. And it's like, yeah, if God forbid I ever, knock on wood, get cancer or something, I'm going to be like, oh, I need to live long enough to see if this new coaching hire works out. Knocking on wood, not making fun of cancer, not putting that bad karma out. I'm just saying this game means an awful lot to us. It's been a really, as Gopher fans, not going to lie, it's been a tough year.
It's been a tough year.
It's been a tough year. There have been some highs, but the lows have been low.
Yeah.
And but we're going to keep soldiering on. We love covering the whole Big Ten, and we will be, we'll get I think we'll get the review pod out on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we'll get the review pod out on Monday, and then it'll be time to get ready then we'll do a preview pod for the Big Ten championship game.
Mm-hmm. Well, and win or lose, enjoy the game as much as you can, enjoy the season as much as you can.
Yes.
And if you lose, be sad about it, be mad, be whatever you got to be. Just don't take victory laps on it. That's one thing that
don't brag about when your team, there's nothing I hate more than the fan who's like, I'm a fan of this team, but look how they lost, just how I said they would. I'm so smart. Like, shut up.
Yep.
No one likes that guy. No one likes that guy. Because you're one, a know-it-all, and two, you're celebrating the team you cheer for's suffering.
Yeah.
So the team that you ostensibly want to win, you're actually happy they lost.
Mm-hmm.
Which means you're not a fan. You know what you are? You're a troll.
Yep.
You're a troll. Get out of your house or apartment. Go live under a damn bridge. Go live under a bridge. because that's where you deserve to live, because you're a troll.
And every fan base has one, and every fan base hates that guy.
Yep. Can't stand that guy.
Yep.
He ruins. He's like, you see him coming, and you all like do the thing where you're having a conversation, but then you all walk in different directions, so you don't have to talk to that guy. No one likes that guy.
Exactly.
So don't be that guy. Be happy when your team wins. Be sad or when your team lose, or if you're better, or if you're better adjusted than I am. Maybe you don't feel anything that bad when you lose because you still got to watch football. I don't know, but you should be cheering when your team's doing well, not when your team's doing poorly.
Yeah. Like, it's fine to have conversations, but yes, victory laps like that are not don't serve anybody. But
yeah,
absolutely. All right. Well, on that note, if you want to find We Live for Saturday, you can find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast, and Podcast Addict. You can find us on Twitter at We Live for B1G Sat. You can find Mike here at Alibaba26. Find me, John, at Norwegian Gopher, and you can email us, We Live for Saturday, B1G@gmail.com. Please like, subscribe, follow, tweet, retweet, all that good stuff, especially on YouTube.
Yeah, and it's Thanksgiving. Share the pod with your family, with the college football lover in your family who you haven't talked about. Be like, hey, there's this podcast I listen to. You should go to YouTube and subscribe because it's free. It's free. Doesn't cost anything. Helps us a lot. And we're going to continue putting out content regardless. But the more you can encourage people to subscribe to the pod on YouTube, the better off we'll be. Yeah. So we thank you all in advance for that. I hope everyone has a wonderful Thanksgiving. John, before we get out of here, favorite Thanksgiving side dish?
Stuffing, man. I'm a huge stuffing person.
Yes.
Massive.
Me too. Yeah. It's close for me between stuffing and mashed potatoes. But stuffing takes the cake. There's something about it. And you don't eat stuffing all the time. It's a treat.
No, it's a 1 year thing. It's like a once a year thing.
You don't ever make stuffing other than that, usually.
Nope. Like you get mashed potatoes a million times a year. But stuffing.
That's how you do it. I'm with you. I also pick stuffing. God, we needed to work on not agreeing on the pod as much as we do. I should have said cornbread.
Yeah.
Cranberry sauce, which I also love those things.
I do too. I love green bean casserole.
That's what I usually make if I'm not hosting.
Yeah.
Because it's easy to make and I can't really screw it up.
It's hard. But yes, that's another one. I mean, there's a lot. I just love all of them, man. I like to get it all together on one plate and just combine, it almost becomes like a
oh really? You mash it together like a child, huh?
Sometimes I do, yeah. I think I'll get 2 plates because I go nuts on Thanksgiving. So I'll get the first plate. I'll eat taste everything equally, and then I'll go for a smaller portions, but get a little bit of everything, and then kind of just like a kid, like a kid, and just
that's funny. I
all the flavors.
Picture you as that. I thought you were gonna do a take a picture thing because I do that. I take a picture of my Thanksgiving plate once it's all filled up with stuff.
Yeah,
because it's a good time.
Yeah.
My sister was nice enough to say, because I just moved into this house and life has been crazy outside of that as well. I've been putting in long days, and my sister was like, "Don't worry about bringing anything for Thanksgiving. Just come." And I was like, I love you. You are my sister. Thank you. Because frankly, I was like, when am I going to have the time to cook between now and Thursday? So I love that I don't have to.
It's good, man. It's good. I'm looking forward to it. Thanksgiving is a special time. It's one of my favorite holidays. So.
Oh yeah, it's the best eating holiday of the year.
Absolutely, it is, man.
You can say what you want about the 4th of July, but it doesn't hold a candle to Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Does not.
No.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for listening in, and we will see you in the review pod when the regular season is over. See you all in a few days. Have a great holiday.